having shown the zenith of humility, shedding more light. How important it must be to Param Kripaludev. Yet you understood it all, you clapped for such a long time, still he feels you didn't understand it fully. So shedding more light on the subject of the path of humility, he says,
Evo marg vinayatano bhakyo Shri Vitara Mool hetu e margno samjhe koi subhagya.
so Evo Marga Vinaytayo. Evo means the noble path of Vinaytano, humility, Bhakyo, as revealed, Sri Vitarag, by the complete non-attached omniscient Vitarag છે તો non-attached રાખો સર્વજ્ઞ નથી વિતરાગ છે so ભગવાન મૂળ હેતુ realizing the purpose, the significance, the actual benefit a margno of this path and of this virtue, Vinay. Samjhe koi, it's understood by only a few subhagya, fortunate ones only. Basic manners everyone has. When a guru is coming, so what one should do, when he's seated, how you should do, when you have to do vanna, how you should, all these comes in basic manners. If you don't know how to talk, if you don't know how to, if you don't have the basic manners, you are not fit for spiritual progress at all. But basic manners, only a few know the significance, the actual benefit of Vinay, otherwise you are just exercising. Even if you do 108 vannas or 142 vannas, you are just exercising. If you don't know the significance of humility. So that's what is said here, short meaning. The path of reverence has been revealed by Param Kripaludev. No, Asta, it's not written Param Kripaludev, it's written omniscient gods. Vitral. He has never said this is the path it's revealed by the lords. He may be using the word sarvagnas at times, he may be using vitrag at times, but this path is not shown by me, I am just emphasizing on it. It is shown by Bhakyo, Sri Vitrag, who are completely non-attached. Only some fortunate souls can understand the main purpose and the immense benefits of such a path. So it's very clear. In the Eastern philosophies, not from the Western part, in the Western world, they shake hands. A guru and shishya shake hands. In any field, if it's your piano teacher or your violin teacher, so handshake karo. But in the Eastern worlds, especially India, I know first time I started learning harmonium, I did Vandana and Shrifal and everything. My first day with the guide of PhD, it was this. Any talent, any vidya, anything, you show reverence by salutations or anything. So in the Eastern philosophy and rather India and I think somewhere even in China and Japan, the Zen practice is also a different way. The bond of a guru and shishya is always considered very sacred. Very, very sacred. What does a shishya see in a guru? God. A shishya sees in the guru what? God. What does a guru see in the shishya? High potential. Shishya, disciple, what does a disciple see in a guru's eyes? Godliness. Sadguru Bhagavan. First verse. And what does the Guru see in a Shishya? Potential. But while the Guru imparts his wisdom to all his disciples, not all are equally capable of benefiting. He imparts equally, but the benefit is not equal. Only a disciple having high level of humility, reverence, respect, devotion is going to benefit. Got it? So let's turn towards the verse. Evo means kevo. Evo means kevo. So glorifying the path of humility as explained in previous verses. Evo means, as I said before, Evo mark of that humility, and he showed us the peak of humility, right? Guru Raja Chadmaspan and Vinay Kare Bhagwan. So he said it all. Yet glorifying the path of humility in this verse, as explained before, Evo marg, kayo marg, Vinayatano. Vinayatano. He said many things. He talked about Atmagnan also. He talked about Samdarshita also. No, he's saying, Evo marg je Vinay no batavyo, pehla, of humility, of reverence, kone batavyo? Bhakyo Shri Vitrag, as expounded by the Vitraga Bhagwan, the dispassionate one, the non-attached. Bhagwan said it all in his sermons, pravachans, Divyadhvani, and all that is retained in the scriptures. And if you recollect, we did Uttaradhyan Sutra, Bhagwan's Vani, last, right? What was the first chapter? Vinayadhyan. The first chapter of Uttaradhyan Sutra. This is 20th. This is the 20th verse. But what was the first chapter of Uttaradhyan Sutra? Vinayadhyan. And many such scriptures, that's why Kalik, etc. So all which was said in Bhagwan's sermons and retained in the scriptures. Eva margni ho baat karu, evo marg, which even Bhagwan laid emphasis on, evo marg of Vinay. And this humility, this devotion actually helps. It helps in following Agna earnestly. Number one, more humility you have, very easily you will follow the Agnas. Number one. That is going to lead to VS. Vyavhar Samkit. Not Vikram Samvata. Vyavhar Samkit. That is going to lead to NS. Nishchay Samkit. That is going to lead to Keval Nan. That is going to lead to moksha. See it all. Humility is going to help you in following Agna, number one. Following the Agna will lead to number two, VS. VS is going to lead you to NS. NS is going to lead you to Keval Nan. Keval Nan is going to lead you to moksha. So Vinay is going to lead you to eventually absolute liberation. But as he said, Moola hetu e margno samje koi. Unfortunately, the real significance, importance, relevance, the benefit, the transformation Vinay will get is not understood by all. They feel this is the code of conduct over here. One must say Jai Bhagwan. One must say Jai Kripalu. One must say Jai Prabhu over here. or one must say Jai Gurudev, or Jai Jinendra, or Jai Swami Narayan, or Jai Sachidanand. This is the code of conduct here, and he'll do it. You don't know the real significance. Mool Hetu, the significance and the importance, and what this utterance should, what type of a transformation it should bring within you, etc. Moola Hetu, the benefit, the significance, the relevance, the magnificence, the meaning, the purpose. Mool Hetu, you only know the code of conduct. અહીંયા વંદના કેવી રીતે કરવાનું? Oh, ISKCONમાં તમે હો તો સાષ્ટાંગ is the only way. If you do like this, the way we do, they will say you don't have any humility only. Is this the way one shows respect to a guru? So that is the way it goes in ISKCON. Okay, it is always Dandvat Namaskar, or you are not doing Namaskar. There is nothing like this half Namaskar. So everywhere the code of conduct of regarding humility is different, and you will follow it, but whether you are understanding the importance of whom you are showing this respect, is everything coming in front of your eyes or mind? Why are you doing 142 Vannas? 3 was enough, Jai Swarup and finally De Chata. Whole Atmasiddhi done in 3 Namaskars. So why are you doing 142? Oh, because it's Asova, they come today. Are, the inner state showed by a Sadguru, if that is not being important to you, how are you going to tread the path? So, Moola Hetu e Margno, unfortunately, not all understand. It is written, Samjhe koi. Very few. Some lucky one. I don't want to use the one blessed here. So, some fortunate one, some lucky ones, some Sulabh Bodhi Jeevs who have very less lives now to attain moksha. Few bhav left. Those are called Sulabh Bodhi. And a guru understands his worthiness is just like he's having only few lives now before he attains the final state. So those Sulabh Bodhi people are called Subhagya. Yeah, Subhagya. Bhagya we use Bhagyashali che. Bhagyashali means fortunate. And here Subhagya means few fortunate ones. Koi Subhagya understands the significance of the path of humility. One more thing. He should understand how this Vinay will destroy my Swachhand. That is the significance. You go on doing Vanna and you go on pursuing your Swachhand. Then you have not understood why this Vinay. Are you coming out of your thinking, your attachment to your thinking and opinions? That is the real significance. So, very few understand the Moola Hetu, the significance and importance of this path of humility. The word Subhagya has one more meaning. Subhagya, so say Subhagya, what does it remind you of? Saubhagya. Saubhag Bhai or Saubhagya Bhai. Prabhu very respectfully but very lovingly, sometimes he would write Subhagya, sometimes he would write Saubhagya, sometimes he would write little bit change, but he would show that I love you. So he had a pet name for everyone except Saubhag Bhai, because he respected Saubhag Bhai a lot. Baki, all those who were younger than him in age, all had a pet name, sorry. And that shows the closeness, right? ખાલી આપણે જાડીઓ બી કે ને તેમાં તો આપણે ઓર જાડિયા થઈ જાય. So, alright. So you can relate this word Subhagya as if Prabhu is immortalizing his Shishya Saubhag Bhai, on whose request this very composition was created. So 3 times he has used the word Subhag, like in Subhagya or Sadbhagya or anything like that. One is verse 20, this verse. The other is 96. I'll tell you about this when we come to 96. And third was verse 128, which he had composed and ended Atma Siddhi there. About to get up. And suddenly he felt, I need to write something more for whatever he saw in his Gnan. He wanted to write 15 more verses. So he deleted that 128th Gatha. He put a cross besides it. Okay, no, if the composition was ending here, then this would be the best verse. He cancelled it and composed another 15, which is called Upsamhar. And then he didn't add this in Atma Siddhi Shastra. So it was deleted, but we have the deleted Gatha. We have it in his handwritings only. But he put a cross there and it was deleted. So in that also he writes Sri Sobhag and Sri Achal. For them I have composed this Shastra. So 3 times Param Krupadev has immortalized Sobhag by in Atma Siddhi Shastra, Gatha 20, Gatha 96, Gatha 128, which was finally deleted. And we'll sing the verse again.
एवो मार्ग विनय तणो भाग्यो श्री वितराग मूड हेतुए मार्ग नो समझे कोई सुभाग